Lindsey from Impaler, and you're watching Army of One TV. Well, we're here in Poughkeepsie, New York, playing at the Pickwick Inn. We're on this is our 30 years. Impaler formed in 1983, in the late spring of 1983. So you do the math. This was 30 years, and so we worked on an EP earlier in the year that we put out to commemorate the 30 years. It's called 30 Years and Rising, and it was kind of a cool thing. It was something different that we tried with this release. We just printed up 100 of them, and what we did was we kind of were inspired by Kiss, of course, and so we all pricked our fingers and put blood in the ink, and then we inked the 100 copies that were pressed up for the EP, and so that was a limited release, and those sold out real fast. So now they're on iTunes and different downloading stations like that, the 4 tracks, but it made kind of special thing for the 30-year anniversary. And then we're doing this little East Coast tour, celebrate that, try to play a bunch of songs off all the different albums from over the years, because we put out quite a few over 30 years, like 11 or 12 or something like that. And then after that, when we get back from this and doing our Halloween shows in the cities, we're going to start working on our next full length, which is called Circus of Horrors, and that's a concept album that's going to be a story from beginning to end, and so that's something new too, that's new for us. That's our next project, is to work on Circus of Horrors and get that completed, and out probably next year sometime. You know, things go pretty smoothly, you know, just different funny things happen over the years. Like one of our first shows early on, you know, before we really knew what we were doing, we had a guy that was our roadie at the time, and he was just always into, he's just kind of a gremlin in a way. He's just kind of always into mischief, and we had flash pots and stuff, and we were doing a show in Cleveland at this place called the Old Brooklyn Inn, which was a big metal venue at the time, and we had our flash pots, and he just decided that it would be really cool to put more flash powder in, and then stuff the top, and then tape the top of these pipe flash pots, you know. And so we go out and we hit the first notes, and the flash pots went off, and it was just like a mortar going off. Or I've never been in war, but it's the closest thing that I can imagine that a mortar must sound like. But my ear went, and there was just all this smoke, and it was like a cartoon because it was this wooden stage, you know, in this older building, and as the smoke's clearing, all the people in the front, their faces were blackened from the soot, and they had these little bits of, like, they looked like porcupines sticking out of their clothes from the stage, because these things had blown up the wood, you know, on the stage floor, and like one of the pipes blew through one of the kick drums, and but then all of a sudden the smoke clears, everybody's like, yeah! They just thought it was the greatest thing once they realized what had happened, you know. MySpace is a ghost town now, but there's a MySpace page. There's actually quite a few tunes on there that you can go and listen to if you've never heard us before and you're curious. It's MySpace /Impaler Horror Rock. Take you to that, and then there's the Facebook, of course, and that has a couple tunes on there. Yeah, check it out. We always have updates on those things on our shows, and different things like albums and music we're working on. So anything Impaler related is transmitted through those arenas. Love. Where would we be without them? And no musicians, anybody without any fans, you know. That's what brings us to Poughkeepsie, New York on a Tuesday night, to play for the fans who want to be entertained and have a good time and rock out in a theatrical metal fashion. People that love horror, people who love pro wrestling, people who love Halloween, you know. Hey, then you're in the right place. Impaler!